Whew. All right, everyone. Happy Monday-Runday. Welcome to the channel. Oops. I was wondering what's chugging. I'm like, still got power to my train. How's everyone doing tonight? Let me spin you guys around really quick. Whew. Smoking out the train room today. Whoops. There we go. There we go. There I am. All right. How's everyone doing tonight? What a weird Monday, right? We got a bunch of people in here already. And sorry, I missed a couple people. I was trying to get the whole room together, get myself together, which is even more important than getting the room together. So thank you to Nikki for getting me my coffee, my Strasbourg mug. And yeah, just a lot going on. So how's everyone doing tonight? I saw we had Simply Exploring with Lewis. He said happy 300. We carefully go to the top of the chat so I don't end anything. Railfan Roger. Yo. We are live from Van Doren Media. How's it going? John Doe, 300. We have Docman Productions. How's it going? Oops, saw one of my lights change. Yeah, I got the lights changing today, so a little bit of a party mode. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. And if it's too abrupt, just let me know, or too intense, because I know it looks different through the camera because you guys are watching it through webcam compared to me sitting here enjoying it. So mega news from the Foamer community. I'll have to see what that's all about. Let me go back down to the chat. All right. Whew. It's been a crazy, crazy weekend. Lots of cool things. Lots of meeting new people. I met Lewis. Also met Jamie this past weekend up at Centralia. Was a crazy, crazy trip. Had such a great time. And I don't know if Adam's going to pop in here later. Adam Tereska, I would like to thank him for hosting that event. Let me turn off my fan really quick. All right. Slide on in here. Oh, there we go. All right. 611 is in Northern Virginia. So I'm going to cut my losses this weekend. I will be at Strasbourg. If anyone would like to, at least say hi or something, I'll be there this Sunday really early. If 611 will be there, I need to keep up on the news. If 611 is going to be there on Sunday, I will be there with Nikki as well. I've got a nice long weekend. I've got a 4-day weekend because of work. So I will be at Strasbourg this Sunday, hopefully catching 611. If not, I'm going to get some really cool train footage. So, yeah. Yeah, great time. It was really hot at Centralia. But yeah, I told Nikki I'd drive her through town. It's not as bad as I thought it would be, and there's roads you can drive through and around. So, yeah, we will get back to Centralia. Maybe not film, but at least show her the safe spots, because I don't really have a guide around there. But I actually left. I left that meet on Saturday around 2:30-ish or so. It was just really hot. I was out of water. I have, a 2-hour drive back home. So, it's just the way it is. But I had a great time. Amazing, amazing tour from Mr. Tereska. It was awesome. I'm not sure if I'm going to post that video or not, but it will maybe do some like B-roll stuff. And then also maybe thank him, post a thank you video for that. It was awesome. Won't beat me up over the pronunciation of, what do you say? It's Strasbourg or Strasbourg? I know it's not Stroudsburg. That's the one we were talking about on Saturday. That's the completely different town in Pennsylvania. Man, that's good coffee. Hey, you didn't have to leave before you did with the heat. Yeah, honestly, I didn't leave much later than you did, really. I was kind of getting really warm and stuff, and like I said, I was out of water and I was really hungry and all that typical stuff when you're out in the sun all day. It was crazy. But it said, Railfan Roger, I'll be in Strasbourg in June or July. Yeah, I'll be there in July for sure. I've got a friend, Jay from JP Videos, wants to head up there sometime in July. So I'll definitely be there. I'm going to be a guide for him. It'll be his first, I believe it's his first time. Yeah, I think it's his first time there, or will be the first time there. So I'm going to help him with like filming locations, things like that, and just have a great time filming and things like that. Lots of people heading to Strasbourg on Sunday. That means I will have the TVR or Tennessee Valley. Hey, that's the way it works, God, what was it? There was a railroad I went to a few weeks ago, and all of a sudden it's like everyone's going there. It's like really crazy. Like I saw these videos pop up, and I was there the week before. It might have been that Colebrookdale Railroad. I believe it's Colebrookdale that I posted. So as soon as I was done posting that video, I saw videos like all over. People just started rail fanning. I was like, I didn't do it. That was an amazing railroad. That video is finally up. If you guys haven't checked it out, Colebrookdale Railroad. I was there with RJ78 Productions. Had a great time. Great staff. Amazing railroad. Little expensive for that day in particular because it was the Mother's Day train. It was like an $80 dinner, but it's a 2.5 hour ride, and they call it the Secret Valley. That's the name of their railroad, or at least the line. So the railroad's called Colebrookdale Railroad, but they call the actual line itself the Secret Valley because it's kind of hidden, and it really is a beautiful ride over across. I think it's over like multiple truss bridges, and then there's a couple tunnels and things that bridge over tunnels that go over the roadways. It's a beautiful railroad. Love the paint scheme on their diesel too. Yeah, it was funny as I was talking to guys at the NCR yesterday. I put that video up today as well, and he actually, well, I won't give away any names, but a member of that railroad actually does some work here and there with Colebrookdale for mechanical stuff. And he actually asked me, he's like, which engine did you go in, the ugly one or the pretty one? I said the ugly one, but I think I like the GP30. I thought it was a nice machine. It's in the workings of a new paint scheme, but it still has the Norfolk Southern paint scheme on it. And then underneath, you could actually see it said Southern Railway at one time. So it's definitely in the workings, but amazing railroad. All their cars are pristine. Really cool. John Doe, if ever I'm going to be at Strasbourg, I'll be there. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. So John Doe, if you want to meet up at Strasbourg, I'll be there on Sunday. I was gonna message you about that, but yeah, I guess we'll meet up there on Sunday. Oh, Saturday through Monday. Oh God, no. Yeah, I love the Northern Central. You guys are great. Always, it's so much fun filming, and I know it's a local railroad, and I can walk down there every weekend or any weekend I'd like to, or any special event. I can just walk down, check out a railroad. I mean, how cool is that? But they've been so nice and very, very appreciative to like me filming and stuff. They love when I film. I love filming it, so it's great. It works out. It really is a lot of fun. Like yesterday, I woke up, wasn't feeling 100%. I'm like, man, what's going on in the railroad? And I looked, they're going up to Seven Valleys, which is about 5 or 6 miles up where I usually film. So I told myself, you know what, I'll go up there and I'll film, and we'll see what's going on. So I ended up meeting like 2 or 3 people. One gentleman, all he does is photography. He basically, it was so cool. He basically will tell his phone, pretty much like, take me here this weekend. And he just lets his phone take him wherever. And he said, I gave him a couple of places to check out, like railroads and things like that. But it was so much fun, and you never know who you meet when you're out exploring or even just filming local railroads and things like that, or historic sites. Like I've met so many great people um, being out and filming. It's so much fun. Hey Vince, how's it going? Started to watch the Colebrookdale, but we'll finish it later. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, the video always. Hopefully, the video doesn't get taken down. There's no reason why it'd be taken down. But yeah, you got plenty of time. That was actually one of my um, favorite days filming thus far. It was just such a great day. It was kind of a spontaneous adventure, as I like to call them. But it was so much fun, and then hanging out with one of my great friends, RJ. So it's awesome. Sorry, I have to leave for the night. Hey, not a problem, Henry. Have a great night. Have a great week. But yeah, Colebrookdale. I can't wait to get back there. Apparently, they're in the either. I'm trying to think of it, the best way to say it. They're in the transaction of purchasing 2 steam engines. One of them, I believe, is on the way from somewhere southwest. I believe it was like oh man, it was really far southwest, but that I think the engine's called like number 8, and it's being shipped up here after they're done building, like they're building a new engine shed for the engine, and they're going to repaint it and everything. So it'll be great. It'll be another steam railroad in that section of town. So you'll basically have Jim Thorpe over there, and then you'll have Colebrookdale out of Boyertown. So you'll have a whole area, just trains everywhere, and it's so much fun out there. I was surprised to hear RJ say Ye Old Train Shop is closing. So okay, so Van Doren, Ye Old Train Shop is actually moving. This is really cool. So yes, they are closing the original location, but the old train shop is moving to the Boyertown station at Colebrookdale. So that's the intention. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be in that strip of the station. So Ye Old Train Shop will still be around. They're just doing a clearance sale, but they have a lot of higher end trains. They had a lot of used items. I actually bought my water tower that I featured in one of the streams there. But yeah, they're just moving from the location off of Route 100 to the Colebrookdale Railroad strip there. So yeah, I'll be able to check it out. There's another hobby shop up the street, but apparently they don't really like. I mean, it's competition, but it's so far they haven't been very. From what I've heard, they weren't very nice towards the old train shop moving into town. They were kind of, I don't know, aggressive about it. That's all I've heard. I don't know the ins and outs of that, but that's what I've heard. Let's see. Simply exploring. Oh, Lewis, sorry. Would you host a meetup at Strasbourg? I'm thinking about it. Probably later this summer if I did anything. But maybe for like 1,000 subs, I'll do an event just so I have a substantial turnout. But that would be awesome. I'd love to do that. It'd be so much fun. It'd be 18 and up, obviously. Just because of just the way things are, and I don't want to get in any type of trouble and things like that. But yeah, so it'd be 18 over for sure. But yeah, I'm thinking possibly 1,000 subs. It might be in August or something, but it'll be either in August or the fall. But once I get 1,000 subs, then I'll do a meetup. The old train shop is closed. Oh yeah. Sorry, we just talked about that. That's much better. Yeah, it was a great shop. The staff there was amazing, very knowledgeable, and then you had people coming in and out. And it was I forgot all the names. I believe there was someone there named Bob that knew a lot of like the stock and things like that. There's a couple other people in there that were in the building itself. they were very busy. They didn't really want to work with me at all, but the guys outside were so nice and everything. And they gave me all the info I needed. And they actually hooked me up with the whistle button I'm using now off of my, what do you call it? Off my ZW transformer. They gave me well, I bought it, but he found a whistle button from the postware and I love it. So really cool. Where there's your answer. Yeah, they're not going anywhere. They have so much inventory. They had like 4 sheds and then the makeshift trailer building out next to it. It was amazing. Such an awesome shop. Hey, Lehigh Rally, how's it going? Great, as long as it's not when Thomas is in town. You know, I actually thought about doing a Thomas video. I'm like, really? God, I don't know what to do about that one. Like, I really am thinking about going to see Thomas. Because I honestly, I haven't seen the Thomas engine in like a decade or so. And that was because of Strasbourg shop tour that they do. They allow people to come in and because they service the Thomas engine and it's an actual oil burning steam engine. So that was the last time I saw it. It wasn't running. I didn't go for Thomas Day. I know it's a madhouse during Thomas Day, but yeah, I wouldn't mind going out to film that. It'd be actually kind of funny. Maybe like the rest of the day I go over to like the National Toy Train Museum and do a video or, you know, something. That'd be a lot of fun. Let's see. I missed a couple comments. Let me go to the top. Ye Old Train Shop originally started out as an LGB G scale. Wow. Yeah, because we went there. There wasn't really a lot of like G scale stuff. A lot of it must have been sold out, and that's crazy. They had a ton of MTH stuff on the one side, like full car sets, ton of Lionel in the back. It was expensive for what I do. It was a little too expensive for my budget, but I ended up getting the water tower for like 30% off. It was still expensive. Like, I think it had like an orange tag. So they said it was pre 2007. Or like, no, wait, sorry. If anything with like an orange tag was like pre 2005 and they wanted it liquidated. So I ended up getting the water tower for a lot cheaper than what the listing price was. But normally I wouldn't spend that much for like accessories and things unless they're like original post-war with the box type of thing. Lehigh Valley or Lehigh River subdivision. I'm so sorry. Did Thomas one time at Strasbourg for my nephew. It is a madhouse. I won't film on the platform. I'll go somewhere else. But yeah, there was one day I think I went to what was it? It was a few years ago. My dad and I went up there. It was before I could drive and stuff. So it was more than a few years ago. It was at least 10, 15 years ago. We went to Strasbourg to just go to the museum and just stay away from everything. And it was Thomas Day, and they actually had like police directing traffic into the parking lot, and then they were charging parking, and then it was just crazy. I'm just like, no, like, let's just go to the museum. Then the museum was irritated because people for Strasbourg were parking at the museum. So they had people at like the museum entrance asking, like, are you here for Thomas? And we're like, no, we promise we're not here for Thomas. And they're like, okay, come on in. Because people were trying to skip out on the parking, which is probably going to be how Sunday is. If I'm going to get there early, like crack of dawn early. If 611 is going to be there on Sunday, I'm probably going to be at Strasbourg at like 8. The first train leaves at 11. So what I'm thinking about doing is actually parking at the station and then possibly walking somewhere to do something until 611 appears. I guess that's the best way to say it. But there's going to be tons of rail fan people there as well. I'm sure they're going to want to see it being like loaded with coal and being fired up. Then there's the fire up experience. I don't I don't understand all the experiences and things. Like it costs so much money to like do all of the experiences, and it's not, in my eyes, it's not really worth it. But it's one of those things you do once and you never do it again. So let's see. By the way, I did edit the part when I was giving you a hard time the way you say Strasbourg. It's all good. I'm an ex-Baltimorean. So yeah, I say all kinds of funny words, It's where I grew up and was raised. It's all good. So I hear and have seen driving by Strasbourg on Thomas Day. Yeah, it's insane. Thomas used to come down to the B&O Railroad when we were kids. That was the only time I ever went to see a Thomas locomotive. And I also, I don't know, I was very observant as even like a young lad, so to say, because I even told my mom, I said, I don't think this is a real steam engine. And at the time, the Thomas that was traveling around was not the Strasbourg Thomas. I think it was a different Thomas loco that they would actually just tow on the back of an engine, because the B&O still had all their passenger cars set up, which are old, like heavyweight passenger cars from the 50s that were then rebuilt to be like Mark, which is Maryland Area Rail commuter cars. They're all refaced and everything, but they still had like their GP38 or a GP40. And I think now they have a GP40 with the GP38 pulling the cars out. But I told my mom, I said, well, why does Thomas need these other trains? And then you could actually see that they had like a smoke machine for Thomas and the eyes moved. And I just, it was something fishy about it. I was like, yeah, I'm not taking it. I actually left that day like really, really PO'd. And I was like a little kid. I was like 5 or 6 years old. But the thing is, when you're a kid and you go to Strasbourg and you actually see how a steam engine operates, like chugging, and it sits in the, at the platform, you hear the compressor going off, you see steam shooting out everywhere, you hear the hydrostatic oiler going off. Then you go to see the fake Thomas, and if you're used to seeing Strasbourg and you go to see that engine, you're like, man, this is fake. And that's the way I picked it up. So I believe that was before Strasbourg actually built the official Thomas engine. So I wouldn't mind seeing it. I know it sounds kind of goofy, but I did have Thomas trains as a kid growing up, so it was a lot of fun. Let's see, I missed a couple of comments here. Look at the opening day of trout season when 611 gets there. Yeah, it's about right. If you record the Casey Jones restaurant, by the Casey Jones, let me know. We talked to an older gentleman who was there with 611 last time, used work on. Oh, wow. That's really cool. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. I just saw that comment too. It just popped up again. So, yeah, happy birthday. Hopefully at Wicked. Hopefully have a great week. Rail fan Roger, what did I miss? Everything. Oh, my God. Just messing with you. Whew. I missed trout fish, but not on opening day. Yeah, I've got a couple of my YouTube friends that are avid fishermen, outdoors people. It's the best way to say it. I haven't been fishing in the state yet. I used to go fishing all the time in Maryland before I moved up here, but I've been so busy filming and chasing trains, I haven't had time to fish, and all of my really expensive fishing crap is still at my parents'. So, yeah. Hey, thank you so much on the 300. It's been a lot of fun. You guys, I wouldn't have a channel unless you guys watch. So thank you so much to you guys too. Forgot to add, I talked with that guy last time and drove him around to chase the train. Oh, God. It's been crazy. Go to the Red Caboose Motel. Yeah, the thing is, it's like Strasbourg is literally like 45 minutes up the street from us. And I've always wanted to check out the Caboose Motel, but since I even live closer than I did before, and while I lived in Maryland, it's like, yeah, I'd love to actually just film the outside. I'd just be afraid you to, find someone like outside or something, get some like nasty looks. Hey, no problem, Wicked. Hopefully you have a great week. Yeah, fishing in Pennsylvania. That's what I've heard. I've heard don't fish the Susquehanna, fish everything outside of that, which is what I'd probably do anyways, like fish a couple of lakes that are nearby and things like that, like freshwater, non-polluted lakes. Two trout ponds, so nice. Yeah, sounds nice. Yeah, I mean, it's probably that's what I would do, honestly. Don't think I'm gonna get any train stuff. So, a couple of updates on the channel. I know I'll probably have to repeat this over a couple times, which is totally fine. We'll be here for a while. So this weekend I'll be down in. Well, actually, let's start with Friday. So Friday, Nikki and I will be going to Knoebels to film a whole day. It's going to be a very, very long day. It's going to be such a great time. I was actually at the park, not but the following or the weekend before then. The lines were so much better. It was just a way, way better experience. So they're also running multiple trains now. They're not really distancing people on the trains for the roller coasters, not the actual train. Well, actually, that too. So they have two trains at Knoebels. They have the Pioneer train and they have the Old Smoky. Pioneer train's like probably my favorite ride in the park. And basically, they've kind of cut back on some of the social distancing, so it's not as much as a burden to stand in line. For people that are vaccinated, which I'm sure everyone's saying that they are, so they don't have to wear a mask when it's like 90 degrees out. But I'm a walking science experiment right here, so I got all my shots, but I think you have to wear a mask inside, which is their guide. That's like their recommendation. So we'll be going there mask free, and we're going to film a tips and tricks video that will be out ASAP, like as soon as possible, really. We've always wanted to do a video on that, but the last time we were there together on opening day, it was just a madhouse. And I think this weekend there's some, I think it's like grade school picnics or something. So we shouldn't have too much trouble filming the stuff that we want to film before people get there. So check out for that. And then Saturday, I will be down in the Baltimore area at the Baltimore Streetcar Museum doing some awesome work there. So you guys will see that video. And then Sunday will be Strasbourg. So a jam-packed weekend. And honestly, on Monday, I'll probably be here editing all this stuff down to get it on the YouTube as soon as I can. It's going to be a crazy, crazy weekend. So look out for all of those videos. But those are the main channel updates for now. Oh, man, what else is going on? At the last week actually the first week of June. Yeah, first week of June, I'll be at Muddy Creek Forks doing a video. I'm going to ride their speeders that they have starting the first week of June. And I think that's the first Sunday of June. They're going to do their speeder tours, and that's for the Maryland and Pennsylvania Railroad. That's not so far away. And then the following week, it's so crazy. Like all this stuff is happening like one after another. The following week, I'll be at Altoona with the JP Videos meetup, Horseshoe Curve, Lake Mount Park, and then I'm going to go to the Railroad Memorial Museum. Railroaders Memorial Museum. There we go. So yeah, this summer is already like crazy busy. It's not even summer yet. It's still really busy. Lots of cool videos for you guys. And then I've got a bunch of little things planned in between. So uh definitely check that stuff out. Oh man, let me check out some of these comments. Sorry guys. I've actually gone to the oh wow, photographed every caboose. No problem. Yeah, it sounds like fun. I might do that. Maybe do like a slideshow video of the Caboose Motel. Maybe go inside. Last time I was at the Caboose Motel, they're doing some remodeling of the old gift shop. So if you guys haven't been there, if you go to the Caboose Motel, the lobby's on one side, and then there's the Casey Jones restaurant, which is the old oh god, what are they? It's an old dining car that used to move. You'd actually be sitting there, and the train would go like this. Um, Apparently that no longer works. It's got a problem with it. But amazing restaurant, great food. Had a great time there. When we were there, probably like first or second week of spring when I was there with Nikki, and then what else was there? Oh, you go in the main shop. That was all being renovated and torn out. So they're probably getting ready for the busy season. I'm sure they're going crazy right now. Let's see. Docman, I will be filming TVR. Any other places in that area? What is the TVR? I might be able to help you out with that. I'm not exactly sure. Speeders like Luke Skywalker. No, rail speeders. If you guys looked at the my Northern Central video I posted today, there's actually a rail speeder that went right by as I was filming their GP9 down the street. The speeder just went right behind him. I heard two separate horns, and I heard it was basically like a long, a short, and a long blast. I'm like, sounds like something else is coming down the track. And I believe the fire station that I was near also has a train horn. Out here in the country, there's trucks that have train horns. So I thought they were just messing around with the train, but no, all of a sudden this speeder just goes right across the track. I was like, whoa, like totally unexpected. So yeah, really crazy. Let's see. Cressona is cool to check out. The top of the mountain in Altoona. I might look that up. We're only there for 2 days, and we're going to be with a lot of friends, so it's going to be really crazy. I believe Jamie will be there too, and it's going to be like a party. It should be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've been to the Railroaders Museum. Yeah, it's going to be my first time at the Altoona Railroad Museum that's up there, and they've got a lot of cool things to look at. They show you some of the different exhibits and things like that of testing and things like that on the Pennsylvania Railroad, which Pennsylvania Railroad is probably my favorite railroad of all time. I've got a couple of favorites, but they're definitely in the top 5 of my favorite railroads of all time, just because of all the innovation and just like crazy stuff they would do to be the best. So it's been insane. Used to be an LGB train in Casey Jones Diner. Yes, I do remember that. I think, oh man, I'm not sure if that's there anymore because where they're doing the construction and they might have been tearing that out. But yes, I do remember that. It was a really big layout up there. They had like cable cars, like the old LGB cable cars coming down to like ground level. They would go all the way up the mountain. I totally remember all that stuff as a kid. You'd hit a button and pretty much the trains would run for like 5 minutes or so. Love Casey Jones, but I wonder if the rocking mechanism is broken the same way McDonald's ice cream machine is always broken. No, Casey Jones, yeah, their rocking machine, I think it's been broken for like a year. That's what they were saying. But no, not like McDonald's ice cream that's like always broken. Then you're always forced to get like a McFlurry or something. Oh god, no, actually, what is it? It's like you can get a milkshake from McDonald's, but the ice cream machine will be broken. I always thought that was kind of funny. Tennessee Valley Railroad. I'll have to check that out. I think I saw some of that stuff when I was in the South about 2 years ago now. But I'll definitely have to check that out. But I'm not familiar with that area. Jamie, that speeder you saw was one of the ones I saw in Tamaqua a few weeks ago. It was one of my favorites. Yeah, that one's actually, I think the guy lives in Shrewsbury that owns that speeder because it's usually parked. Like I'm not trying to like give a location away. I've just seen it around. It's parked usually on the Stewartstown Railroad. And I think they might go on it whenever they want. They just drive it out in the morning or whatever. But that speeder I've seen several times just parked in Shrewsbury, and it's got the Pennsylvania stripes going down the side, and it's got the big old keystone on the front. It's beautifully restored. It runs great. Sounded really cool. Like I was not expecting that for sure. What's that? Gallatin Tunnel? Oh, Gallitzin tunnels. Yes, I've seen those through a couple of my friends' channels. They've checked those out. They're really cool. Wow, LGB donated those to set up in the diner. Man, that's so sad. I know that company unfortunately is no longer with us, but they made some great pieces. I had a lot of friends that ran garden railways and things when we were growing up. Amazing pieces, built like tanks. You could leave them out in the rain. I mean, I know some guys still do, but they're just great pieces. Yeah, Altoona weekend's gonna be great. It'll be my first time away in like a very long time, I guess, like an actual vacation type of thing. It's been about 2 years because the whole COVID thing. Like Nikki and I went on. We actually spent the night out of Knoebels. I think it was outside of Northumberland area. We first started dating 2 years ago, and that was like the last time I spent the night somewhere. Actually, I went to Nashville 2 years ago. I think that was the same year, but that was like the last time I actually went on a vacation, so to say. Lewis, Allegheny Port is not far from Horseshoe Curve. I'm going to do a video from there again since I lost my footage. Oh God, I hate that. Like lose footage and things. It's great. So there's a couple of meetups I went to with some friends, some of my fellow YouTubers that may pop in here. I lost a lot of audio, things like that. I always hate doing that, but I'm trying to simplify my recording rig to just the action cam so I can kind of simplify things. Great example this weekend for the NCR video I recorded yesterday. I didn't realize my action camera was in hyperlapse mode because I did that hyperlapse of the building, which is at Hanover Junction. That actually recorded for about 20 minutes and gave me 7 seconds. So basically 20 minutes of footage gave me 7 seconds of usable footage. I forgot to take it out of that mode, and I went to talk, doing one of these things, talking to the camera. I didn't realize it was out of hyperlapse mode until I started recording the train coming into town. Then I actually had to switch it to my iPhone, and just so I didn't lose the footage. But I almost lost everything just because of a simple mistake, But things happen, we lose as YouTubers, we lose audio, we lose footage, we lose that perfect event, especially with trains coming through town. You're doing one of these. Then you get a phone call, and then you're like, come on, like, really? I've had all kinds of stuff happen like that. Wicked. I've seen YouTube vids on the MCDS ice cream machines. It's a software issue, I believe, super complicated for no reason. Oh God, that's great. I'm in tree mode now on the tree. Oh, tree. Oh, cool, cool. I was like, tree mode. What's that? I understand. I'm sorry. Yeah, those trees are expensive. Those pesky trees. Like I've got here. These blasted trees from Woodland Scenic. God, it almost looks like a box of pot. I don't know. They're trees, I promise. Like, look at this. God, it looks like a Cheech and Chong video up in here. But look at this. These are Woodland Scenics. Woodland Scenics trees. Yeah, these are expensive. Like this whole box was like 36 bucks. It was like 18 trees or something. I mean, this stuff is so expensive for what you get, but I've used a couple of those trees here and there. I've got a whole nother side to make it look pretty, I guess. Nikki's back. Okay. Love Altoona. JB, I haven't been out since 2015. Feels like yesterday. Yeah, I've never been to Altoona. I've just seen videos and documentaries and all kinds of stuff. Docman, LGB was bought out by Markland. Wow. Markland still produces the LGB lineup. That's really cool. I mean, Markland stuff is also higher end from the stuff I've seen of Markland. It's been like over engineered and built like a tank. So that's great. That's great to hear they're still making their stuff, or at least their tooling, it sounds like. Brian Rock Rail fan, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Got a couple other things I missed here. Lehigh River subdivision. Jimmy, sounds like what led me back to Altoona the first time. Oh, wow. A lot of Conrail blue. Yeah. Yeah. You know, what's crazy. Walking through the Pennsylvania Railroad Museum with RJ a few weeks back, I told him, I was like, man, we're going to find tons of Conrail blue because what these railroad museums would do, they pull these engines out from the elements. They take them to a paint shop. They don't prime or anything. They don't strip any of the paint because most likely some of the paint has lead and all kinds of other stuff in it. They just spray over a black and then put Pennsylvania Railroad or that green that, you know, what's that, Brunswick green, I believe. But yeah, they'll just spray over it and then put the decal up and say, okay, cool, it's going to sit in a museum for the rest of its life. But you can still find Conrail blue chips. I found it on the caboose. That was at Colebrookdale. That was the first thing I pointed out because RJ is like, he's a huge Conrail fan. I know Sean Dockman Productions, huge Conrail fan. I think I'd be more of a Conrail fan if I grew up with Conrail, but it was a little bit before my time. I love the color. I'd love to get some Conrail stuff and buy some Conrail gear. But yeah, it's really interesting because I saw the caboose had roller bearings instead of the hot boxes. And I told RJ, I was like, man, there's going to be Conrail blue paint on here. I know it because they updated the trucks. And there it was on the chain. Like you can't hide it because they just painted right over it, you know, and it always shines through. It's amazing. You know, it's really crazy. Document, speaking of Tennessee, I'll be going on vacation to Nashville. National Garden. Oh, wow. That's going to be amazing. You're going to have such a great time. It'll be great to get away from all this stuff, you know. It's been such a crazy last year and a year and a quarter at this point, you know. It's been the year of mystery and all kinds of other stuff I don't want to get into. But yeah, I need to go to a train show. But the thing is, I need to have money to go to a train show. Oh, man, let's see. It's the cleaning cycle issue. I need pine trees. I'm not using I'm not using them trees. Yeah, woodland scenic stuff is like a fortune. You got to win the lottery to like finish your train layout in woodland scenics. Never appreciated Conrail till it was gone. Dad loved the Lehigh Valley and hated Conrail. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I think I've run into more people that hated Penn Central compared to Conrail. Um, I'm not. If I had to choose Conrail or Penn Central, I'd go with Conrail because it was a little bit better, in my opinion, of a system. Penn Central was kind of a, a cluster, but there's a lot that went into that. It was basically Pennsylvania and New York Central. For anyone who's new to the railroad stuff, the best way I can explain it, it comes down to unhealthy competition. The New York Central and the Pennsylvania kept on going at it over and over again. They basically butchered each other into the ground. They became a merger, and then, it just was bad news from there. So, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, if I had to choose Penn Cent or Conrail, I like Conrail better, you know, but it's really your personal preference, and it's also when you grew up and things like that. If I grew up in the 60s or the 50s, I think I would be more a fan more than anything. Even B&O, like around where I grew up, we had B&O, and also we would have had B&O Pennsylvania, and then the MAPA. So all kinds of railroads around. But it's sad how things happen, but things move on. Yeah, I know Sean's a Conrail fan. Love my Conrail. Yep. Just glad we have the Reading and Northern. Yeah, I got to check that out too. I think I'll be there in July. Uh, yeah, I think that's the plan for that. Oh yeah, I forgot you got the Scenic Ridge kit. It's got all kinds of fun stuff in there. Hey DB Tech, how's it going? And Randall, how's it going, my friend? Hopefully you're staying safe down there. I pre-ordered a Lionel Legacy Conrail EMD SW8. Oh, you're gonna have fun with that. What's funny? Like, I'm not knocking the engine at all, but they're putting these smoke units in these diesels that smoke more than like most steam engines would ever, whatever smoke. I think it's pretty funny. And it's not with Lionel. It's like MTH2 because my Baldwin switcher that I just got, that's a Proto Sound 1. That thing smokes more than some of my post-war steam engines. I think it's kind of funny. That's all. It's got a beautiful fan smoke unit in that thing. It just pumps out smoke. I love it. Let's see. Missed a couple comments here. Oh yeah. Sorry, I saw the comment. Yeah, they killed the cat. Yeah, poor Chessie. They killed like one of the most famous cats ever, like ever in history, like advertising cats. I can't even think of any other cats that were as famous as the Chessie cat. They completely got rid of it, and it's an awesome advertisement piece. And I believe the Chessie cat came on or about, I think, the early 1940s, because I know they're advertising their air conditioning systems, and the slogan was "Sleep like a kitten, wake up fresh as a daisy" for CNO passenger cars. And they had Chessie the cat, because I remember seeing war propaganda photos and things like Chessie's ready for war, and then there's Chessie, and then there's Peak, which are two different style artist design cats. I believe they're both tabby cats, I think. Let me go back a little bit through here. Chessie cat, I was thinking those monsters killing your cat. No, we're good. LV units, I believe. Oh, that's cool. I actually put together a Penn Central train so I can do a Conrail takes over Penn Central time period. Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that like I said, I mean it's preference, but I mean I don't mind Conrail. I really love the paint scheme. Um, I liked how they used a lot of the older equipment, like GP9s and things like that. Like down the street, we've got two GP9s that were ex Conrail and Penn Cen. So really cool how that came about. And I know a lot of Penn Central, they just paint it black and then just put PC, or I've seen them multiple ways. I saw PC Rail at one time, or then I just saw PC. It just looked like they spray painted it over. But then Conrail, they're like, no, we're gonna fix this. We're gonna paint it all blue. Conrail is not gone. There is a little blue. Yeah, there's always blue. You can always find Conrail underneath stuff all the time. My most hated item in that kit are those metal casting blobs. I guess. Come on, man. Get. Yeah, I'll have to check out that kit. I don't know exactly what comes in it, but I've seen them around. They're really cool. They keep you busy for a while for sure. 10,000-foot junk train broke a coupler, blocking both crossings, and they're trapping another train. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, I hate to bring out like precision schedule railroading, but I know that's one of the problems they're having. If a train is in a block and they block a level crossing, what are the implications? Like, what ends if there's an EMS that has to get their emergency services, or in Baltimore City, like a police action or an ambulance or something? That's the stuff that they're talking about with precision schedule railroading. Yeah, 10,000-foot train. That's a giant train. That's a lot of things in there that can go wrong. It was the greatest advertisement run ever. Yeah, I agree with that. One of the best cats, coolest cats ever. DB Tech, I like the Chessie Railroad engines. The paint scheme is so cool. Yeah, I've got a Chessie U-boat up on the wall. I think it's a oh god, what is it? U36, U36C. Yeah, it's on the wall. It's got the rainbow scheme. Maybe we'll run that a little bit later because we can get to running some trains soon. I was filling a propane tank and dropped it. Found it a week later. Oh, God. They're both tabbies. Oh, there we go. Amtrak guy. Yeah, his channel's great. I watch a lot of his stuff. Lot of cool history in there, especially like the start of Amtrak, and then Amtrak having to deal with older pieces of equipment, older locomotives, things like that. Kind of like, well, what do we do with this? Well, we just implement. We're gonna work with it until we can get our own fleet together. The craziest thing I saw was Amtrak was still running steam generators to heat cars and things like that, but they were running steam generators in their diesels up until like the mid 70s for heat, which it was like, what? Like, that's insane. Like, I couldn't believe it. They still were using the old steam generators for radiator heat in the cars that these railroads, gave up to them pretty much through pretty much the government project of Amtrak. It's pretty crazy. Wicked Insanity kept me busy for a year, but a normal non-pain person would have it done in a month or less. No worries. Oh, Lewis, I'll see you around. I'll be at Strasbourg on Sunday if you want to come on. Come on over and say hi. I'll be there on Sunday. So just send me a Facebook message or something. We'll be able to work out something. But oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, you working the nights. But thank you so much for stopping by. It was great meeting you last weekend. But yeah, definitely. If you're free on Sunday, just let me know. Just stop on by. It'll be awesome. Where's the queen herself? Yeah, I don't know. She might be downstairs. Let's see. Amtrak started off using X Penn Central locomotives. Yeah, I have seen that before too, and they just kind of painted them. The weirdest paint scheme I've seen from Amtrak was what they called the bloody nose. They just painted it's just that shade of red just was really kind of off, you know. But yeah, it's been crazy just researching all this stuff and just looking into it. There's so much history with all this railroad stuff. Oh, plus use Cato track or Cato. I'm always between like what way to say it. Is it Cato or Cato? What's the updates on 611? So according to Strasbourg's website, 611 will be there this weekend. That's as of right now because they didn't change the calendar. They didn't change any of that. So according to their calendar, if you go on a cell phone and look up, and also I changed my phone cover red. So look at that. If you look up their website, it still says 611 will be there this weekend, not this past weekend. That didn't happen. The hype was real. I'm not getting overhyped this time. That's why I switched out the J Class 746 to be my K4, which has never let me down. It's my favorite engines in my collection. Simply explore. Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, look under the Nick's Crossing Facebook and just message us through there, and I'll get back to you. Did the DNH continue running the Adirondack with the? I'm not sure. You know, that would be a good question for ours trains. Corey from ours trains. He's a huge DNH fan. That would be the guy to ask for that. It's a little bit too. It's too far north for my from my knowledge. Kato. Oh man, I always thought it was Kato, and I know I was talking to Jamie about that this weekend because I ran the loop. So I brought my loop a track up with my portable box to run at Centralia in the back of the Jeep, and I was like, "Yeah, let's run some trains." I'm like, "Is it Kato or Kato?" And she said, "I think it's Kato," and I'm like, "Kato of like I've always been told Kato." So no offense to anyone, it's just how it's always been presented to me as Kato, not Kato, but I will say Kato track now. You know, it's 2 out of 3. That works for me. Hey, no problem, Rail Fan Roger. It'll be all good. Randall, I think yesterday they said at least every other siding had a train. Oh God, yeah, that's crazy. And BNSF doesn't use PSR. Well, that's good. I mean, hopefully they can get away from that because I'm seeing like what CSX is doing. It's nuts. And I've talked to a few of my other friends in the rail community about what CSX is doing. They're just like, what? We don't understand what the heck is going on. So, you know. Well, I say Cato wrong then. Oh man, yeah, it's just the way it is. But anyways, we get to running some trains. Got some different locos on the tracks. If you guys have been here before, you've definitely have seen these, and maybe we'll swap out a couple other things here and there because we're talking about Chessie. I might be able to put that one back up top. So today, let me spin you guys around nice and slow. I swapped out my J class for this guy right here. And this is my K4 from MTH. It's a Proto Sound 1 K4. Runs like a top. Smokes out this entire room. I love it. Beautiful little engine. I believe this is 027 for sure. It's definitely semi-scale. Looks really good with my 027 passenger set, which is a MPC set. On the track, actually, let's do this. Track 2. You guys can see it's my New Haven EP5. That's a Lionel Celebration Series. So why not? Because we're celebrating 300, so why not celebrate with Celebration Series? This loco is loaded with all of the rail sounds, and I believe it has Lion Chief equipped, or at least some type of Lion control system. And up top, I've got my Baldwin, which is hiding behind the diner. So you guys will see that. That's the Baldwin I picked up recently. After a couple times around, we'll switch it out to be the Chessie U-boat, the U-36 that I have on the shelf. And the reason why I picked all of these locos is because these are like the biggest and loudest. Well, not the biggest, but they're the loudest of the fleet. And, why not go out with a bang? So here we go. Let's start up the Baldwin first. Oh, yeah, Randall, I just saw that. I can check that out once we're running the trains around. Let's get this guy rolling. And I just have him pulling some ore cars. I'll actually put the camera down a little bit. Try to roll this back. Actually put a cinnamon roll in here. So whoops. Hey, Randall, have a great night and stay safe. And thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, these ore cars are, it's like a mix of different railroads. I've got, three Chessie B&Os, one Milwaukee Road, and then the one in front is actually Canadian National. There you go. I just really like the color schemes on the cars. Doesn't really bother me that they don't really match up, but yeah, I got the cinnamon roll from Proto Smoke right here. It takes a while for it to really burn out, especially I've been using this stuff. Where is it? So that's the Big Boy Steam from JT's. And this stuff actually smells like bacon. It smells like a coal fire with bacon. So once that is in an engine, it takes forever for it to come out. Now let's get the EP5. And the EP5 is struggling. There it is. Yeah, craving cinnamon. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, they're really good. I think the scents smell really good, but yeah. The New Haven likes to fly around, so let her do her thing. I'll give you guys a station view. I was gonna say it smells like burnt cinnamon roll because I'm waiting for the other smoke fluid to burn out before the actual cinnamon roll comes through. You guys can see how much this thing smokes. I mean, it's insane. That's the power. That's the power of Protosound 1 right there. Yeah, I love this loco. It's loco for smoke. I love it. Yeah, you can pretty much smoke out the entire attic with this thing. Now it's all hazy up in here. There is one, but it hasn't gone off yet. And here's the thing. Look at this. There it is. Ah, you scared me. Nikki just scared the crap out of me. So she's behind me. What is this? So the Baldwin smokes as well, but she is not as crazy. Let's see. You turn it all the way up. So yeah, definitely not as crazy as the steam engine, but still smokes like crazy. Whew. Yeah, I like completely smoked out the attic. So much fun doing that. Yeah, Nikki surprised me with food. She brought back a milkshake. It's funny because we were just all talking about that with the McDonald's uh, machines breaking. So I have a McDonald's milkshake here. So thank you.
So now you know our McDonald's ice cream machine is not broken.
Yeah, our machine is not broken. So here we go. Whew. I got rail sounds running in the background. It's like, what is that? It sounds like there's a train in here. But no, it is a moving. It's from this album called Trains at Work. Moving freight cars, load problem. Moving freight cars again, multiple load problems. So if you guys ever want to listen to the whatever a load problem is, I don't know what a load problem is on a train. Sounds like a personal problem, but there's an album that says load problem. It's a bunch of moving trains and things like that. So I want to swap out some of these locomotives to be a little bit more different, run a couple of different things today. So I'm going to replace a K4 with another K4. I've got my post-war 2025 sitting here on the side, and we can bring that out. So I'll show you guys that. Hopefully, it's in the yard, so I'll bring that out.
I'm not sick. I'm just coughing because of the smoke.
All right, so let's do this.
Just my disclaimer in case anybody hears me cough.
All right, let's get in here. You can kind of see her back there, so let's get that out. There she is. So I need to. Whoops, move you guys here. We're going to do a little bit of a switching operation here to get this loco changed out. So let's do this. Hey, have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by. So what I'm going to do is actually decouple this car, and then we're going to run that engine back. But first I have to move up 2025. All right. Whoops. Run it that way. Then we're going to switch this. And then move back this way. All right, so that's there. And then we can do this. Glad the yard actually works now. I had to fidget with it a little bit to get it working. All right, so now we can do this. I actually activate. Whoops, wrong direction. Let's do this. And I actually need to do some fidgeting here because this car does not have a coupler on the back. It has like a dummy coupler. And that's the end of here. Those darn NPC engines and cars doing all kinds of weird stuff. Even though this the set has its set of problems, the passenger set has its own issues, but I enjoy running it. So, and there we go. We're all switched out. And this has a nice old single tone air whistle. That's not good. And she decided to do this to us. She skipped track. So, what happened? Oh, I see. Okay. All right. So we should be good now. The switch wasn't thrown all the way. So now let's try this. There we go. Until the other switch. Now, usually, sometimes these cars have issues over switches with the heavier locomotives because they... Exactly, yeah. No live stream is complete without a derail. So, see what happens now. There we go. Oh, it just derailed down there. So what's going on is that the cars, this is my hypothesis for this one, the cars are lighter than what the engine and tender are used to pulling, so there's tension between the couplers. And let's see, I'll pull you guys down here to check it out. Whoops. I'm all let's see. All right, so right here, see how the I'm gonna move the microphone over. So this right here, these are really, really light. These couplers and the cars, they're plastic shell cars. What's going on is that the tender is much heavier, and this doesn't really have a lot of wiggle room in here. Basically, this is stiff. So what's going on is that the tender isn't allowing the cars to flex over the switches. So this will work. It just can't switch the track. Now, this is typical with a lot of MPC era stuff because they're just so light, and these cars and everything were built to, work with the heavier cars and such. But it doesn't mean they're bad. I mean, it's just things you deal with mixing eras, different line out eras here. So let me connect this up. Let me fix this. All right, let's see if this will work. If I do that. Whoops. Come on. There we go. Yeah, this is one of my favorite locomotives. Okay, now let's do this. Switch that. All right. So we're going to pull the train over the switch. Then down here, I'm going to switch it. All right, so here we go. There we go, no problems. So yeah, this is basically almost like a string line derail because the cars are lighter than the tender and everything. John Doe said every train set has its problems. For example, the KD couplers. But every passenger car has the horn couplers. I need to knock over everything to uncouple them. Oh, God. Yeah, there's actually a train store I went to. The guy was selling basically couplers that would work with both. They're like a universal coupler. So you might want to look into one of those. That might help you out. Let's see. All right, give it some more power. And now I can hear the whistle. So yeah, there's that single tone whistle. And let me add some smoke fluid to her. And for this one, I use that JT's nasty smelling smoke that I love.
No.
So, because the older smoke units work better with the JTs, in my opinion. The fan-driven stuff that has like the larger wick, you can use other stuff in them. Oh, let's see. Aren't you moving? Oh. A little bit of a fight with the E unit right there. In reference to your other video in Gilbertsville, the other shop is it's Mavan. They are a little overpriced on other train stuff. Huh, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, this E unit on here is actually really kind of loose. So if it hits a bump or something, it trips. It just means someone really ran this train like crazy when they had it. Yeah, I was trying to get the smoke unit to work, and there it goes. Actually, pull over the EP5 really quick. I'm going to change out the EP5 locomotive, New Haven, to be something different. All right, guys, give me a second. I had a problem on the track, so got to fix that really quick. See what's going on with this. All right, so I fixed it. It was just shorting out. But we get the other loco out of here. Hey, Tom's Trains, how's it going? Where's the chassis? Yeah, I'm getting there. Give me a second. All right, so all right, so on the second track, I think this is an SD38 MPC era. And it's got a really nasty horn. So I haven't ran this engine in a while, but it's a Canadian Pacific. I believe it's SD38. And it's got one of those MPC style horns. Yeah, MPC, right? Yeah, for sure. Let me bring over. So I'm going to change out. I'm going to change out the diesel up top, the Baldwin. Give me a second. I always forget the name of the Baldwin, but it's an AS616. So just as a reference for this guy up here, change him out, place him somewhere in a careful place. And let's see, you can actually put and then where is the chassis? All right. All right, I got the chassis in hand. So this is my chassis U-boat 027. All right, so there you go. There she is in all of her glory. Do you have any chassis, or sorry, do you have any MPC Mighty Sound of Steam? I do not. I'm looking at getting into some of that stuff, but I've been really into the MTH craze at this moment. Oh, there we go. And this U-boat set was actually part of, yeah, no comparison. I've been getting into like the Proto Sound 1 stuff, as you guys may know. I really like PS1. Whoops. All right, there you guys go. So you can get a whole look at the platform. And actually, this isn't just a chassis. It's a Western Maryland and chassis system. So it's right before, chassis took over the entire thing, CSX or whatever. This is Western Maryland and chassis. Yeah, the QSI boards run really nice. I still have to change out all of my batteries to be the capacitors. I believe they're called what is it, CBRs or BCRs? I think it's BCR capacitors. So you're using those 9-volt batteries. But this loco, here, I'll stop it right there so you guys can see her. The chassis came with an anniversary set. It actually came with a what was it? It was the U36C diesel. It came with the radioactive car, a Citgo tanker, a Lionel Lyons Happy Birthday. I believe it was Joshua Lionel Cohen box car. It was a commemorative box car. It had the start date of Lionel and all of that. Then there's a another car in the set. It came with a crane car, a chassis system crane car. And then I think it came with a chassis system caboose. And it was apparently an anniversary set for Lionel back in the 70s, or actually, this is probably like early 80s. I could definitely look on the engine, and basically, it's an anniversary set that the guy who I acquired some of this collection from, he had the original set. And the radioactive cars and the boom car are my favorite. I just don't really have a lot of room to run the boom cars on here. I can run them up top, but you have to kind of hunker them down so it doesn't catch onto my bridge or anything like that. Love that blinking industrial. Yeah, I love this accessory too. It's really cool. It's my first bubble light accessory I've had in years. When I was growing up, my grandfather gave us a bunch of bubble lights, and we had them all over the train garden, all over the place, in buildings, on the roads. We just put them everywhere, and this is kind of like a hat tip to that. I would like to get some other accessories with bubbling lights and things like that. It'd be really cool. CSX. Now, the funny thing is, for what I've heard about CSX, the X means nothing at all. From what I've heard, it literally meant like the lawyers that were involved with the merger. And this is what I've read and what I've been told. The X was just in there pretty much to make it sound cool. like I'm not making this up. So a lot of people thought it stand for Chassis System Express or something like that. But I think it's Chassis, Seaboard, and something else. But I'm not exactly sure what exactly it stands for. I know the C is, I believe it is Chassis, but I think the S is for Seaboard. It's a lot of railroads merged into one. It's probably about 100 and some railroads all merged into one to make CSX. If we took all like the class 1s and the class 2s to make a merger. But yeah, anyways, below, I'll show you guys the Canadian Pacific. Then we'll run these trains around a couple times, run a couple more things. Let's see. So the train I'm running on track 2, which is like my freight track. And this is so cool. Like these MPC engines are so finicky, but we have a Bethlehem Steel box car. We have a Tamaqua. Tamaqua Bicentennial car. There's the Citgo car that came with that chassis system set. A golf tanker, another golf tanker. The silver one's MTH. We have a Reading box car, and there's our locomotive. I believe this is an SD38. And for anyone who's ran MPC stuff before, they use a different style E unit that slips a little bit. So when I put this in forward, then I go to reverse or neutral, it sometimes likes to drift. It's like here's forward. When I go to put in neutral, it shifts forward a little bit. So here's reverse, and then here's neutral. So if you guys can see that. So that's one of my complaints with MPC stuff. It is a little finicky, but it's got a great sounding horn on here. So, I think it's a great looking locomotive. It's a very bulky shell. It's got a Pullmore motor in there that works pretty well. Not magna traction or anything like that, but gets the job done. It's pulling 2, 4, 6, 8, 11, 10 or 11 cars here. I mean, it's doing pretty well. So let's get this moving around. And also, I'm a sucker for high-nose locomotives. She likes to fly around the track. And then up top, we got the chassis system, pulling some ore cars as usual. And then down below, I got my 2025 K4 from the post-war era. So we'll get all these guys running around for you. Yeah, Tom, I'm actually looking for chassis seaboard consolid. See, that's yeah. And like I said, I thought the lawyers just came up with the X because it sounded. That's literally what I've heard. The lawyers thought it sounded cool. Whatever. Yeah, I am looking for a Sunoco oil derrick with the bubble light. Be one of my favorite accessories. I've always wanted to find one. And there we go. All three trains are rocking. And this means consolidated. Huh. Exactly. Running trains. Hey, Randall, thank you so much for stopping by. Have a great night and stay safe. But thanks for listening in. It's all good. You're a busy guy. We understand. I think my chassis up top derailed. Not exactly sure what happened. Oh, no. Huh. I have to go check that out. But I think. I think the train up top shorted out. You go check that out. I'm not exactly sure what happened. Yeah, I think it's shorted out up top. I'll go try to figure out what's going on with that. Whew. Set up a bump to bump trolley. I thought about doing something like that up top, but I'm actually possibly putting another line up top. Maybe like an out and back loop, but not with the switches, but just do a double back balloon loop. But that's going to be a while till that's done. Then I'd have 4 trains going at one time, but that's definitely part of the plan. But yeah, that might be an option for sure. You can kind of see where the mountain, like where the bridge is, where each girder bridge is. There's like a little bit of a space, so I might be able to add an extra line up top. But I'm not exactly sure because of the way the room is set up. Because the eaves of the wall, my trains barely have enough room as it is. So, but that would be something really cool to think about. And I have thought about putting another line in somewhere up here. But yeah, definitely I'm not throwing it out, but it might be really cool to put in the future. Hey, thank you so much on the 300. It's been a lot of fun. You guys have been great. Thank you so much again. Yeah, hopefully this summer I can do some more additions on here. And it's summertime. The way that it's so weirdly, because these types of channels, like doing trains and all kinds of adventures and things, the summertime it's full on go go go, and then the wintertime when things kind of slow up. I mean, you're still out exploring and things like that because there aren't, you don't have to worry about foliage and, you know, things overgrown in the wintertime. And compared to the summertime, it's almost impossible to go out in like the woods or something like that to check something out. So this is the time of year to go to like locations outside that are, I would say, that's regulated locations, if that makes sense. Um, hey, Lord, how's it going? Rock on. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's been crazy because, like I said, the summertime, I'm always out exploring railroads. A lot of railroads are seasonal. Some railroads take a break in the wintertime. I know the NCR took a break here and there over the winter, but there's a lot of other railroads. Like Strasbourg stays open all year round, all kinds of other things. So it's definitely been I don't, the best way to explain it, like summertime's go go go, wintertime is like more so playing with trains up here, fixing stuff, doing tutorial videos, things like that. So the channel kind of changes around here and there. So it is what it is. I've got a lot of stuff planned for you guys, especially this summer. And this is my first summer as a YouTuber, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Just hang on for the ride and everything like that. So, yeah, it's going to be crazy, especially this weekend. Pretty much this weekend, I'll have 3 locations to film. And one of the locations is for a charitable cause, so I'm excited about that as well. Did you run any of your 1688s earlier? No, I did not. I can actually do that because it looks like my line up top is out for the count right now because it's shorted out. But let me see if I can I'll bring my other. Let's see. What's going on with the K4 now? Let me see. There we go. Got stuck. Poor K4. So I'm exchanging this K4 right here. This guy, my 2025. I'm changing that out for another K4, just a much older one. So hopefully she can pull all these. I don't know. Here, I'll lower the camera down too. All right, so I don't know, guys. I don't know if she can do it, but we'll see. Oh, wow. Surprise. It might jump the switch. Oh, so many sparks. Yeah, guys, this is a pre-war 1688. Oh, God, it's sparking so bad. Yeah, Tom, I would do that, but the thing is, the switches I have are 022 switches, and those tend to make the 1688 jump off the track. And I don't want that to happen way up there. Yeah, look at that. It actually, oh God, these poor trains. I swear. Uh, yeah, she's a switch jumper. These engines, these engines are so light. There's a couple of things of why these jump switches. So the wheel flanges on the bottom of these guys. This is a pre-war locomotive, pre-World War II. Someone painted a keystone up top, which is really cool. Then they also put an actual K4S. This is a K4S steam locomotive. The S, I believe, stands for streamline, and this is number 3768. So if you actually look up the 3768 K4, you'll actually find a K4S. And basically what that is a streamline K4 that they dressed up during the streamline era. But these guys jump switches, and it's something to do a little bit between the wheel flange and then the I believe it's the depth of the wheel and also the width of the wheel flange. So these are known to jump switches. I have another K4. I'll bring that down. It's a 6-wheel, so it's a 262. Still not technically a K4 wheel arrangement because a K4 is a K4 is a 462. So it's pretty crazy. Superheated. Now I think the S on these is for streamline. But I have heard that too. And this is a 1668. There we go. This one doesn't jump as much, but she still jumps. Oops. There. God, come on, let's go. Here we go. Shoo. Yeah, this one isn't jumping as much, but this one's the rarer of the other ones as well. There we go. Yeah, she's not a jumper, but I don't want to put her up top. I'm afraid if it would jump and then fall. Yeah, I love those too. The marker lights. Whoops. Here, I'm going to look for one more pre-war locomotive. It's underneath the platform, but I'll be right back. Yes, that is a Strasbourg Railroad Box Car. It's the old school one. Here, I'm actually going to take this loco off. Oh, come on. The coupler, the tender hook is kind of messed up. And this is a 1689E, which looks really weird. I love it. Reunion of Steam Boxer. I don't think I have that one, unfortunately. You guys are making me pull out all my pre-war stuff. It's totally fine. I got way more where that came from. All right. This guy is interesting. Check this out. And that is my 1689E steam locomotive. So is that considered a torpedo style? I'm not exactly sure. This loco is kind of weird. Someone put a Pennsylvania Keystone on the front. Let's see. This guy's having some traction issues, but there you go. Yeah, the cool thing with this loco is that first off, it's pretty heavy. It's pretty cool. But there's also no E unit. So even though it is labeled E, all there is a switch in the back where the cab is for the forward, neutral, and reverse. So just an interesting oddball piece. It is pulling a lot of weight. Lionel Jr. underneath. I'll have to check that out. Let's see if it says that. Lionel Jr. Let's see. Gotta grab my light on my phone really quick. No, this one does not say Lionel Jr. on the bottom. This one actually says Lionel O-gauge motor, lubricate before using and when required. The Lionel Corporation, New York, made in USA. So yeah, it's not a junior, but I do have a junior motor in my pile of stuff on the side. Commodore Vanderbilt. Really? That's really cool. Yeah, I've always wondered what this thing is. I sold it at a antique shop in the Strasbourg area, and that's actually where I got my my 1600. Actually, no, what was it? The 1301 passenger car set that I reviewed with the 1684. So those passenger cars actually came with this loco, and also it had a whistling tender with it as well. Here's a look at it again. I'll put the light on too so you guys can see that. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. But yeah, just that odd locomotive. I love these things. They look like a space age rocket type of thing. Really simple. Runs forward, neutral, and reverse. But like I said, there's no E unit, so it doesn't have a reverse unit. It just has a switch on the inside, just like the really, really old post-war or pre-war stuff. God, I'm sorry, pre-war stuff. So there is no E unit in this locomotive. Let's see what else we can run. What's something odd that we could run? If you guys want, I could pull out one of the 252 locomotives that's from the 1930s. And I actually have a couple from the 1920s as well. Here, let me turn this light off really quick. I'll go grab one of those. And for that, I take this guy off the track, place him over here, and I'm actually going to sidetrack these guys. Whoa, 611 on the move. Hey, Conrail 8098, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. All right, so guys, give me a second. I'm going to grab another pre-war locomotive. Let's see. I'm going to see if this one works. Yeah, I plan to see 611 this weekend. I'm hoping it's working. All right, and whoops. This is one of the oldest locomotives in my entire collection. Lionel 252. Oh, awesome. That's awesome news. Yeah, 611 is repaired. So yeah, then it should be at Strasbourg this weekend, I'm hoping. So I will be out there on Sunday with Nikki and possibly John Doe if he can get off of work. But yeah, check this out. This train's like 100 years old. Oh, he can't make it. Here, we find some cars for this poor engine. The Stoker crew was on the call. Oh, sweet. So yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say I made a joke last stream. Yeah, I made a joke saying I'll shovel coal for him because I wanted to see the 611 so bad, you know. Saw a picture of the crew. Oh, of the screw. I'm sorry, screw broke like twigs. Wow, holy crap! You know, I'm surprised. You know, I'm all for burning coal and stuff, getting the full experience, but I'm surprised they haven't converted her to an oil burner just for the financial and environmental impact. Because when you burn coal, you have to have like, you know, your ash pits and all kinds of nasty stuff comes from burning coal. So I'm kind of surprised that they haven't converted her to an oil burning engine just for efficiency and things like that. Because they could tow around like a bunch of tankers full of like, you know, heating oil or bunk oil, something like that, rather than carrying a bunch of coal and then having to worry about environmental implications. Because I know 1309 up at the Western Maryland, for like the longest time, they kept on talking about, you know, we're going to burn coal. And they had issues with the environmental compliance stuff from like West Virginia and Maryland. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I just saw that. You can't make it. It's fine. There'll be many more. I'll be up there. I'm always at Strasbourg. You know, a few times every season. I think I've been to Strasbourg like 4 or 5 times since I moved up to PA. So give me a second. I'm gonna hook up a couple cars to this loco. Let's see. All right. Actually got some of the cars stuck on the wiring underneath, which is lovely. There we go. These are the old sounds like you're shaking a rat. Yeah, what it was, yes, I have pre-work cars. Basically what happened, as you guys know, the little pinch over couplers, they got caught up in some of my wiring. Oh man. I haven't ran these in a while. I've got about, let's see, 3 or 4 sets of pre-work cars. Whoops. Sorry, guys, you're searing my hands. Let's see. Let me roll this down here closer to me. Oh, come on. There's one. All right. And we get the loco and the cars coupled up. What's going on with this one? Oh, I see. These couplers are somewhat finicky most of the time. Give me a second. I got to fix it. I'm going to bend one of these couplers back. There we go. All right. Whew. Man, these couplers are sometimes a pain in the butt, but yeah. But yeah, these are the nicest pre-war passenger cars that I own and baggage car. But yeah, I haven't ran these in a while. I think only one of them lights up. There it is. What's the radius? Oh, I use 042. Is there a way to get in there for the light? Let's see. Yes. All right, so I opened up the hatch on one of the passenger cars to see what the light was doing, and it looks like the original bulb, which is amazing. So these lights are at least 100 years old, almost 100. But yeah, I use 042 on the outer loop of track. Hey, Brian, welcome back. I've got some other pre-war cars too. I can actually take these off and run those. The funny thing as well with this loco, it's got this direction switch here. So when you flip it, from what I remember, is that the way it's wired, whatever way the switch up here is flipped, that light is supposed to be brighter. But we wired it up in reverse by mistake when I repaired this loco. So now when it's in forward, the back light is brighter, and then you flip it in reverse, the front light is brighter. So just something kind of silly with this locomotive. I've got 3 252s. Each one's a little bit different. I have one that has both lights, as you guys can see, forward and reverse light. Then I have one that only has one headlight. And then there's one downstairs that would have had 2 headlights, but it's missing one of them. And then someone did not put the reverse switch back in. So I'm thinking that maybe that the reverse switch wore out and they just tore it out. They're like, whatever, we don't want it anymore. We just want to run the engine in forward. This one, I believe, has been rewired and cleaned up a bit. My other one downstairs is completely restored. The one that's missing the reverse switch, I think everything works on it except obviously the reverse switch is missing. But yeah, let me take this guy down. Let's see what else I have here. All right, so this is the one that's missing that reverse switch, but the wheels aren't spoked either. They're the flat face wheels. And I don't know if this one's going to run as well. Yeah, it sounds nice and crunchy. See if I can fix that really quick. All right, let's see if this will run. Hoping it doesn't catch on fire here. A lot of power in this little motor. Yeah, this little motor's got a lot of power to her. 1 second. Let's see if I can. Honestly, just feels like the armature just had some dust on it. Let's see if that will work. Yep. This motor has a lot of torque. The way it's geared, it's got like I believe it's like 4 gears for the drive gears in there. So this has more power than the last one. And this is one that I restored. So oops. There we go. Yeah, this one was actually in horrible shape. I just sprayed a little bit of electrical contact cleaner and then motor lubricant, like armature cleaner, or sorry, armature lubricant. This Loco, I think, is the newer version of the other 252s. They cut back too. The other one, like I said, had the headlight space up here, and there's no space for it. This one also has the little steam vent up there, or I believe it might be a whistle. Or some type of steam vent, and up top you get the nice headlight. But the other one downstairs does have a space for the other headlights, so those are the same variation. But let's see if this can do a round around the platform. It left its cars. Yeah, it said I don't need cars. I'm good. Looks like it's just having some problems with picking up electric. So yeah, these rollers might need to be cleaned. They are kind of yeah, there's like a crud on the rollers. Pretty typical for these because they do arc pretty bad. But I do have spare rollers and things like that. But honestly, I hate doing that to these engines, like completely gutting them. Whoops. Oh. Yeah, it derailed herself around the switch. Let's try this. Let's go the other way. But yeah, I think there's just too much play in the rollers. So it's just not getting good contact. That's all. And also, one thing that's really sad about this set of cars, someone dropped them. And it wasn't me, I promise. But someone did drop these cars at one point. Really sad. Whoops. There we go. Now let's see if we can do a... There we go. We did one rotation around. Poor guy. There's just so much power in this little motor. When you, it doesn't really free spin too well. It's completely cleaned out and everything. It's just the way this motor is. It's got a lot of torque to it. But anyways, everyone, I'm going to run the trains around like one more time. Then I'm going to call the stream because it's getting pretty late. I've got to wake up early for work tomorrow. And it's already past 10:30. Yeah, it's almost 11 p.m. So run the trains around a couple more times. I'll get a train hooked up to these two cars so you guys can see them go around. But after that, call the stream. So here we go. Let's get these other locomotives running around. I'll raise the camera up for you guys. Let's do that. And my upper track is still shorted out, so I'm not messing with that tonight. Time flies and you're having a good time. Yeah, I agree. I'm going to put a 1688 on the outer loop. I'm hoping this one runs. It's been a while. Oh, come on. There we go. Having issues coupling up the tender. Let's use a switch jumper too. So you guys can see her jump the switch. Yeah, Tom. So I usually run the 1688s around Christmas time, just because of the switch issue. I'll just run a loop of track. They do fairly well on easy track. It's just because of the wheel flange. But these are high rail switches. It's just they don't like them, and I think it's because of the switch frog right here. This whole part in here really trips them up, especially this right here on this side. The wheel guide frog in there makes them jump. But yeah, unfortunately, that's just the way they are. And the only reason I know that 27 switches don't really work because we spin you around. When I was growing up, we actually had 027 track, and my dad has a 248 that was his grandfather's, and actually that one works too. I want to get that one up here to do a Nick's review on, and also what else is he? He's got a whole set. He's got the 248 set, which is, it looks like a toaster. He's got the two passenger cars, the observation and the passenger car that would have come with that set. But the thing is, they used to jump all the time. But the thing is, this is really crazy. So what my dad did when he was growing up, he took the I think the wheels, because of the oxidation process and electrolysis, the pre-war wheels tend to poof up. Not the ones on like the 1688s, but more so on the 248s, the 252s, the 248s, I think there's like a 249. Like those style wheels with the spoke wheels and everything, they poof and they become like a dust because they just disintegrate. He didn't know how to fix that at the time, and it was really hard to get pre-war parts when he was a kid. So what he did, he actually took the innards of a 1688 and shoved them underneath of a 248, which is insane. And then he put in a switch. He wired up a reverse switch underneath, like a polarity switch, so he could reverse the locomotive, which is brilliant. But the thing is, he like destroyed. Like, I'm not really one to value trains. I like running them. That's basically how I value them. Does it work? Does it not work? What can I do to get it to work? And what does it need parts wise? Like, how can I save this engine to work? But with this, he completely destroyed any type of value to it. And then we were kids. He had there's actually a 1688 motor that had the double gears in there. So it's a very strong little motor, but the gears wore out. And then when I was growing up, I'm like, well, what do I do with this thing? So I actually found the original parts of a 248, shoved them back in there, and it works. I put new wheels on it. You can buy aftermarket wheels for about, I think they're like $10 a piece. Yeah, pot metal crap. Yeah, I probably have like 3 or 4 sets of wheels in here for pre-war locomotives. I've got the flat base wheels, or the flat, what would you call them? They almost look like drivers. Then I got the spoked wheels as well. The spoked wheels are a pain in the butt to put on because when they cast the wheels, they actually cast the holes for the axles smaller so you can press them in. But if you're not careful, they can just shatter. They just explode. Even the newer stuff, that the cast pieces. So yeah, it's all about the hobby. Always surprising me with things like these beautiful cars. Let's see. I'll show you guys what I mean. These are, I know they're brown, and you guys are probably saying, oh, that's kind of ugly. I mean, I think these are beautiful. They have so much detail on them. They even have like the little handles here that are on the sides of a 248. They've got the doors, and the crazy thing is, a lot of these painted pieces in here may be brass. To be honest with you, because they put brass on your hot box covers on this model, or this. That's really a toy train. This is the 613 passenger car, the Pullman lighted passenger car, and then to access the light, they've got these little tabs on top right here, and on this side there, you push them, and the top comes off. So it's got like bench style seating in there, but that's the original light bulb. If you guys can check that out. Oh, there it is. So I believe this has the original light bulb in here, which is insane. This is in great shape. Maybe someone repainted it. I don't think so. Everything looks legit. And I think my dad had the boxes with these, but whoever owned them before, they were all smoked up. And then here's the really sad thing. So someone dropped it right there. It's a big old dent in the frame. Where's the other? Yeah, here's the other side. Someone dropped it on that side as well, which is really sad. But I mean, these trains have been on this earth for almost 100 years. They're going to have problems, and they just look like they have some wear marks as well. But the other car, the baggage car, I think, what's it say? It just says the Lionel lines on it. So really interesting. Quality back in the day, down to the light bulbs. Yeah, I can't believe that these are the original lights. I got to figure out how to replace them without breaking anything. I know they're either twist based or what is it? Bayonet lights, which means you push it in and you do a quarter turn, they stick. I'll figure it out. I've got all kinds of lights in here. I might even put different color lights in these cars. Maybe like a red light would look cool, or green. Just something different. Like people used to do that back in the day for like Christmas and things. I bought a set a while back, and in each car they painted the lights a different color for like Christmas colors, like red, green, blue. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. And I did the same thing with my my Bud cars that are from K-Line that I ran on the channel a few months ago. Well, not a few months, but actually, yeah, might be a few months ago. The Bud cars, I put purple lights in them for the Ravens when I was living in Baltimore, and I ran them under the tree around Christmas time. So just goofy things like that. It's a toy train. You know, I call this a hybrid layout. There's stuff that's scale and there's stuff that's not scale at all, but it's really just a fun hybrid layout that brings me back to my childhood and, you know, a lot of memories and things like that. Jamie said, all things considered, they look great for having. Yeah. I think they're almost 100. I'll have to look into it. It's a 613 and the 615. So I'll look those up. It should be 432 18-volt bulb to screw in. Okay. Yeah, I might have to use like the old paper towel trick to pull that out just in case the bulb decides to blow up in my hand. That'd be fun. But anyways, everyone, I'm going to call the stream. It's a little bit past. Yeah, it's 10:51. Excuse me. It's a little too late to run trains and everything. And I got to wake up really early for work. I get to drive all over the world tomorrow and Wednesday. So yeah, thank you all so much for joining in this stream. You guys have been amazing. 300 subs. I can't believe it. I didn't even know I'd get one or two. I mean, 300. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for joining me on this awesome journey. Thank you to all my moderators. I know I saw Jamie. I know I have a couple of other moderators that weren't here tonight, but thank you all so much for helping me out. And also Nikki, I know she's downstairs. She's a moderator as well, but thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, Brian, I'll see you later. Yeah, we're gonna be busy this week. Look out for those videos. If you haven't checked out Colebrookdale or the Northern Central Railroad videos yet, definitely recommend to check them out. Not only because I took the time to film them and edit them, there's just a lot of good times in there. Colebrookdale, got a tour of the engine and just awesome times. And also with the Northern Central Railroad, check that out. Definitely check out their website. And just a little advertisement for them. They're trying to repaint 6076, which is an original Pennsylvania GP9. And they're selling T-shirts for any of the, I believe, over a certain threshold donation, they're going to sell or give you like a T-shirt for that. So if you're interested in donating some money for their paint scheme, look up their website. It's northerncentralrailroad.com. Great organization, nonprofit, and they do get grants from the county, but that is usually for track repairs and not so much locomotive repairs and stuff like that. An amazing organization, so check them out. But anyways, everyone, thank you so much for joining in. We'll see you in and other videos. And if you guys are watching the replay or if you're new to the channel, always consider subscribing. Monday-Rundays every Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And also look out for some new Knicks reviews that are coming out. I'm going to have a Knicks review this week and some other stuff I have planned for you guys. So thank you so much. Have a great week. And I'll see you all in future streams just like this. Have a great night, everyone.